I found my wife of 10 years secret boy toy. I found out that my 33M wife 31F of almost 10 years was having a little affair. I'm so broken over it. I don't know what to do. I'll be as short as I can, but I'm sorry in advance for rambling. My wife and I have been together almost 11 years, married for almost 10. We got together before I went into the military. We have 2 children together, an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. I trust this woman with everything. She's my rock. She's my world. I have a lot of issues within myself, and she's been there for me through everything. I don't deserve her, but I love her so much. Lately she'd been acting very suspicious. I've never had a reason to doubt anything about her. She's always been honest. However, lately she'd been acting shady. Like she was hiding something. She would disappear into the garage for a long time to vape. I don't want it in the house. Funny enough, she's tried quitting vaping at least 4 times this year. Every time I'd open the door to go in, she'd quickly change her apps or just lock her phone. Curiosity got the best of me, and I went looking. I noticed she was logging out of Instagram every night before she'd go to sleep. Fast forward. One day we're getting the kids ready for bed. I was helping the oldest with his shower, she was helping the youngest with his bath. She walked downstairs, and left her phone. I caved. I grabbed her phone, and locked myself in our bathroom. I snooped. I found it. She came back up, knocked, and asked if I had her phone. I said yes. I opened the door, and said, "Who is, guy's name?" She lost it. She screamed at me. She yelled at me. She cussed at me. She shoved me into the back corner of the bathroom and blocked any possible way I had out. I tried to remain as calm as I could. She kept begging for her phone. I said no. This went on for the better part of 30 minutes, despite our kids coming up and asking why we're arguing. She kept saying I'll just go back home with my mom. Mind you, we live 6 hours away from where we grew up. Finally, I told her that I'm going through the messages alone. She very reluctantly says okay, because she knew the jig was up. I went through the messages, and my heart sank. We finally talked about it. I told her I wanted everything. Every last detail she had. I told her that, I don't know, I was stupid, I made a mistake, I wasn't thinking, etc. were all not answers. She told me she met him at the vape shop. Remember how she'd disappear for a long time to vape? He asked for her IG, and she gave it, and they started chatting. I don't know where he's from. He mentioned Hungary a few times, but his English was not great. Anyway, it came out that she went to visit regularly. A couple of times, he told her to come in through the back door. One day while I'm at work and kids at school, she goes. They hug, they kiss. He puts her hand on his dick. One thing leads to another, and she's jerking him off. Not a dry one. She would use spit. When she felt like he wasn't getting the right pleasure, she'd get more spit. When she felt he wanted more, she'd play with his balls. He took her shirt off, exposing her bra. She popped her boobs out for him. He never touched himself, only she did. When he came, she made sure he came on her boobs. The story goes she cleaned up, got a free vape, and left. She tells me she was uncomfortable the entire time. She tells me she did it, just to get it over with so I could leave. My wife is a feminist. If I ever touched her or suggested something that she didn't like, it was always a hard stop. Which is fine. If she stops me when she's uncomfortable, why did she jerk this guy off to completion if she was so uncomfortable? She said she hated every second. Based on messages, I don't think that's the case at all. She says she had no idea of the intentions, and she had zero intentions of doing anything, but who goes into a vape shop through the back door just to chill? I told her I wanted her to go with me to the vape shop and tell the guy she's busted, and she has a husband. He knows she has kids, but I was always referred to as their father. Ultimately, we agreed she'd call via IG video message, and tell him what happened. It took me hours to get her to do this, because I'm convinced she has feelings for him. I let her talk me out of reporting him. He mentioned he'd get sent back home, because, as I said, I'm convinced she has feelings for the guy. She did. She blocked him. I can't stop thinking about it. Every time we discuss it, more and more new details emerge. She's still hiding things and I have to dig them out of her. I've slept maybe 10 hours the last 4 days. We had a discussion last night about why I felt so defiled. One of my favorite sexual things is seeing her on her knees, waiting for me to finish in her. I never knew this until the first time it happened, however long ago. So, in my mind, I always had this additional deep physical connection with her, that I had with no other person before. It was a euphoric feeling to me, because I had never had the experience of finishing on a partner while they were in their knees in front of me. I told her that that's ruined for me now, because she let a guy she'd been talking to for just a couple of weeks so the exact same thing, for a few free vapes. Then, last night about 12:30 to 1 a.m. after hours of mental anguish, I was at the end of my line, if you catch my drift. I needed her compassion more than anything. She screamed at me that she was tired, falling asleep, wanted to be left alone to sleep, and didn't want to deal with me. I love this woman. I can't lose her. She's the sole reason I'm still alive and have what I have today. I don't know what to do. So, I let this sit for 3 days before posting. A few things I forgot or learned since. She says, I have to drop my son off. For clarification, she believes our son is autistic, and the center she found and set up appointments for him is 2 miles away from the vape shop. Convenient. One of the days things happened between them, I had just gotten home from work. I have about a 75-minute commute home. As soon as I got home, she immediately asked me if I'd watch the kids so she could go to get a vape. They kissed. Tongue and all. Then kissed me as soon as she got home. She says to him, I won't be able to resist you. I've been with this woman 10 years. I've never heard her say that to me. Thank God for Mother Nature coming when she did with my wife. Otherwise she fucks the guy. She told me she wasn't taking her medicine. Notice at one point she says, I'm taking anxiety medicine so I can calm the hell down. We all know why she needed to calm down. He complains about her going in for 4 minutes on a Saturday. Myself and the kids were in the parking lot. She made us go there so she could see her boy toy. I'm done with the post. It's already too long. I'm sure I forgot things. I'm an emotional wreck. If you made it this far, thank you for letting me vent. You don't know how much I needed it. Edit to add. It wasn't for free vapes. They were just a prize she didn't turn down.